Everybody, welcome to the ISRL Tier 3 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I'm ISRL Knight. Thank you for being here today as we're heading on to round 14 of 18 in this Tier 3 championship. And yeah, the season is winding down. We're coming up to the final few races here, but we got a tough one ahead of us as they're in Baku today, Azerbaijan, the capital, of course, on the coast of the Caspian Sea. And yeah, should be an interesting race. Of course, we had some quite exciting races here last season for Season 2. As we visited, there's a crazy finish in Tier 2 with Jediant and Mysticule X coming across the line, not even a tenth away from each other. You can watch that replay on our channel. But here we are today, a couple of laps on board already. It's F1 Richie with the fastest lap of the morning so far. And let's just open up all of this telemetry stuff here, as well as their fitted tires. And we got 4 cars on track today. Not today, so far, that have set laps. Built Matt actually makes that 5, or who was that? No, that was End of the World, I believe. Yeah, End of the World coming across the line, P3 to make that 5. Hello to everybody in the chat so far, Hartman, Mushroom, Chris, and Rotation. Hope you guys either perform well today or enjoy the stream, depending on what works for you. ISRL X coming across, I believe, yeah, he's finishing his lap, or he's starting his lap now, I think. Let's see, goes 7th best, it's 142.3, so that had a bit of a moment somewhere, that's cost them some time. 17 drivers out on track today, so it should be quite a busy yeah, it should be quite a busy track out there once everybody starts getting their laps in. Artman says, should I qualify or just start at the back on the mediums? Depends, Artman, because you can start at the back and avoid the carnage, or you can try to start at the front and avoid the carnage. But if you mess up and start in the middle, you're gonna have a very tough time. Chris says, Nick, I prefer to enjoy the stream, but not the race. It's a tough track, isn't it? Everyone says, my average quality is like 13th. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be too far up the field, so you might be able to avoid it anyways. You don't want to start around 8th or 9th here. Chilmo on a flyer right now. I know he's up on ISRL X's time, so he's got at least P8 here if he kept it clean all the way through the end. And he's going to dive into the pits. So Chilmo abandoning that lap. Fallen Monkeys as well. Is he on a... No, he's not on a flyer. But he's... coming around to the start-finish line now. Mivako, I think, is on a flyer as he's pushing hard through the castle section. That's a very clean line there from the Alfa Romeo driver. Championship leader looking to solidify his lead as we come into the final couple of races. And we're going to reach that point soon where we're going to see some clinching scenarios. And Mivako trying to work on getting that done as soon as possible. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. As yeah, Mivako has a 100-point lead. There is, including this race, 5 races to go, and so maximum of. Oh, as he goes P1 there. That's a great lap for Mivako. 7/10. That's yeah. I believe that is a driver we're going to be seeing in Tier 2 next season. As he's absolutely dominated the field here in Tier 3. But yeah, maximum of, I think, 200 points still up for grabs. So it's not over for F1 Richie. It's going to be tougher and tougher here if Mivako keeps finishing the races. And lots of work ahead for the Ferrari. Is that Chilma who's had a, I think he's gone a bit deep there, getting himself sorted out back on track. A couple of medium tire qualifiers so far. Demort, Bilton Matt, and Bembo, but we see Bilton Matt back out on the soft tires. So maybe just not happy with starting on the mediums further down the pack. He wants to get back up to the front. Seen Bilton Matt kind of fade out a bit of championship contention in coming races. He was near the front early on in this season, and then a mix of missed races and unlucky results has kind of taken a hit on his championship totals. He's down in P6 right now with 180 points, so out of the championship contention, he's not going to win that, but still has a chance at least finishing in the top 3, but he's going to have to string together some good results and beat some strong drivers like Astuna, Catastrophic, and Azen, who stand in his way. So tough task ahead for the Williams driver, who's going to be taking a lot of curb on that corner, and coming around to the last bit here before this long main straight. There's turns, there's corners in this straight, but you take them flat, so they're a bit inconsequential, and it looks like he kept it clean through there, all the way to the start-finish line. And on the medium tires, Joe Dimas, I think, having a bit of a mistake further back on the track as he retires, and built up this P3. So another driver breaking to the 139s here with a 139.8, and good lap. I think he's going to be quite happy with that one. Can we spot what happened to the Mercedes? We're going to right on board with Hartman. I think he's probably clipped that inside wall here and gone straight, and the car's gone. But yeah, I think that is what happened. Maybe just clipping the inside wall there, and that's the end of his session. No set times for Joe Dimas. I'm not sure what happened to Stunek as he retired quite early on this session. Catastrophic not qualifying, as we're quite used to seeing with him. The deck as well. A couple of drivers, though, not setting times yet, and wonder if that's going to change here as we see Hartman on his out lap, and I think, yeah, he is going to end up trying to set a time here. Take a look at our chat here. Students think, Carter, where are thou? And I'm not sure, Carter, my co-commentator, excusing himself from the booth for another weekend here. Maybe we'll be able to get him in before the end of the race. Mushroom saying Fallen Monkeys to win. Student then replies, bold prediction, Jude. Student also says, I don't want to qualify, I'm retiring on purpose. Fair enough. Yeah, you probably could have set a really slow lap time and started in P12 or something with the other guys who weren't qualifying. But yeah, you do you. That's Purple Sector 1 for Hartman Esports, as he's an absolute tear around this racetrack right now. Going to the castle section here, let's see. Oh, he's invalidated that. That's unfortunate for Hartman, as he goes purple in Sector 1, and unfortunately Sector 2, not able to string that together. F1 Richie, or sorry, that's Krago out on an outlap right now. He's coming down to the main straight behind him. Benbow Gaming trying to beat his time. He's on the softs as well, so both Williams teammates going from the mediums to the softs. Vito saying the softs are going to be dead after like 6 laps, and I've played around with them, and yeah, around lap 6, 7, they start being tough. I think they're probably viable to lap 8 or 9 though. Realistically, if you're able to manage them and you're not going all out on them, you maybe make them last a little bit longer, but that's of course if they're fresh at the start. So if you've qualified on them, then yeah, that's a bit yeah. If you can start on a set of fresh soft survivable, if not, you're a bit better off with the mediums, I think. But still, a lot of drivers opting for that medium tire compound. Monkey's having a bit more of an issue there. I think just letting some cars by me. ISRL X coming across the line now. Is he going to improve on his 142? Yeah, he does. 141.1 for ISRL X puts him into P8. She's quite happy with that one. Hartman trying again. Or is that just his in-lap here? I'm not, yeah, I think he's pushing. I think maybe just going again on that same set of soft tires. Tune back in with him a bit later on. Krago on a lap, but he's invalidated that one. And so behind him, Monkey's trying again here on the medium tires. So couple more guys maybe opting to go on the mediums. To see Scarlo on the mediums as well. He's already set a lap time on the softs, so I hope for him that he's able to beat that, but he's got traffic ahead. Is that catastrophic? Or the deck? That's catastrophic out on track, and I don't know if he's impeding Scarlogan here. I think they may just started their quali laps a little bit too close to each other. Big lockup from Scarlogan there. That's not going to help his chances. Let's just open a little bit of another tab up so I can get the track map here. Catastrophic bailing out of his lap as usual, which is why I'm a little bit confused on why he decided to stay out in front of Scarlogan like that, because he's not going to qualify anyways. Chilmo goes P9, so that's a good improvement for the Alpha Tauri driver. Scarlogan, still behind Catastrophic, so I think maybe they both went for it. Is Catastrophic going to actually set a lap time? No, he's not, because he's invalidated it. And Scarlogan's not going to be this time because he was stuck behind Catastrophic for an entire lap. We know he's going to push now. Okay, so Scarlogan maybe taking an extra lap here to warm up his tires, and I think he's going to go for it right now. F1 Richie on a lap here. He's down on his time by quite a bit. So F1 Richie about to, I think, rival ISRL Azen here, who's gotten himself up into P2. Is he going to pit, though? No, he's not. He's going to stay out on track and shortest distance to the line. Improves his time to 1:39.3. That's very well done for F1 Richie. Azen, no time to answer for that one, as he's in the pits. D-Mort's on a lap. No, that's not D-Mort's. That's the end of the world. Hartman on a lap as well, as he's going to cross the line and head into the pit lane. Chilmo coming back around. And he's going to dive into the pits as well. So coming to the end of the session here. Looks like mostly everybody has set their lap times. I think Scar Logan is going at it again. Yeah, he is, but he's run out of ERS on the back straight. That's not going to help his time, as he's 2 seconds down on what we saw some of the other guys do, and I think that's going to be a pit stop for him, as he's going to start P13. Catastrophic opting not to qualify, as we've seen him make that strategy work very well in the past. And I think he's going to be giving that one another go here, as once again, both Racing Points choosing to start at the back of the grid. Chris says, George, for his first safety car attendance this weekend, I think we're going to be seeing that gray. Mercedes out on track couple of times today, as we're about to get started in Baku. The final drivers just coming into the pits here. Nobody on their hot lap. I think End of the World might be, actually. Yeah, End of the World is, and he's up on his time. Is he going to be able to get in front of Built Matt? He has to cut 4/10, and oh, he's going to do it. He goes P4, End of the World, getting himself up there on the second row of the grid in the dying moments of qualifying. It's a good lap for him. I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with that one. And get himself there. He's going to start next to ISRL Esports in the McLaren. As that's as well very good for his championship hopes. He joined the season quite late, so not going to be as high up there as some of the other drivers here. But he's in P16 with 62 points. Any points today will basically get him up to at least P13. As we have some drivers at 63 and 71 points right ahead. So very much within arm's reach for End of the World. Now, Jared says, how many front wings will survive the first lap? I say we're going to get 10 front wings that survive intact. And I'll try to make a tally of it there at the end of the first lap. I think 7 drivers are going to get some damage, some sort of visible damage here. And we're going to get 2 safety cars, is my prediction. But your qualifying order, Mivako 3118 in P1, starting on the front row of the grid as well. F1 Richie, then it's ISRL Esports, End of the World on the second row. Craigo, the other Ferrari, there in 5th place with Bilton Matt for company. And then is Bembo Gaming starting right behind his teammate, Hartman Esports starting on that row. Chill Mo, the first of the 2 Alpha Tauris. ISRL Ixus alone today. For Alfa Romeo, and Demor's Fallen Monkeys are P11, P12, Scarlo, the deck is Stunik, Joe Dimas, and Catastrophic round out your grid. I think we're going to be seeing some one stops today, but that's going to depend largely on how many safety cars we have, because of course we know drivers tend to be a bit opportunistic there and using those safety cars to get free pit stops. So if we're getting a lot of safety cars, I think we might see some 2-3 stops even, as drivers pit for maybe softs near the end of the race or early on as they attempt a new strategy. But I think we're going to see maybe some one stops here, somebody who's able to very well time their strategy around the safety cars, and maybe get themselves up into the podiums or even in the win if they're if the safety cars come out early enough, and then we have some green flag racing towards the end. Yeah, it's Baku. It's known for its chaos. It's known for breeding safety cars. And today in Azerbaijan, we're going to try to at least minimize that damage. Bilton Matt has readied up, so that's going to be a qualifying ban for him. If somebody could go write that in the incident report, that'd be super appreciated. Anyways, 1 second to go here as we're about to head out onto the formation lap, and we're got a bit of a Asen is a bit floaty here. He's fixed himself up as he crossed the start finish line, but he was got a bit of a visual glitch there. So we're off onto the formation lap. 26 laps ahead on this Baku city circuit. Each lap 6 kilometers long, almost to the meter. 6 kilometers and 3 meters long, if you want to be specific. 51 laps is what we normally do, but we're at a 50% race, so we're going to be doing 26. Technically there's 20 turns here. That last one in the straightaway counting, but there's only about 18 or 19 proper turns that the drivers are going to be taking today, and every single one of them has a wall, a curb, something that can damage that car close to you. The most iconic one of them all here in the castle section, as these drivers take this very quick uphill, left, right, or yeah, left more, right, and then another left there as they re-enter a quick section of the track. Can't really overtake in the castle section. You can't you can't go side by side, and it's a good bottleneck. You kind of have to yield there if you're in a battle with somebody, and I think we're going to be seeing a couple of incidents here of guys maybe not yielding, trying a move where they shouldn't, and sending their opponent into that outside barrier. We've gotten a bit of a split in the pack there as everyone's warming up their tires. You can see the predicted pit stop strategy. The hards can be kind of dragged up through the race, but with safety cars and whatnot, you're going to be at a disadvantage on the hard tires on the restarts. So we might see some drivers opting off of that strategy. Lining up now on the grid are your leaders. We're about to get underway here in Baku. Final preparations there underway. We're gonna get the lights very soon, and actually here we go. And it's lights out in Baku, and away we go. Mivaka with a good start there. F1 Richie with a good start as well, as he's able to stay ahead of Azen, but he goes deep, and it's going to be Azen on the inside here, retaking second place behind Mivako. Bit of a timing glitch, but it looks like everybody getting through okay. We see Mivako weaving down the straight here, trying to get some temperature in those tires. And Azen in the back trying to close up that gap. Looks like everybody making it through mostly okay through the first couple of corners. I think we're seeing a tiny bit of contact in the back as we're seeing some yellow flags for debris here. And I think Scar Logan has had an issue, Astunic as well, as they both dropped down the grid. And looks like all of the leaders, though, getting through okay. And Bembo, though, he's dropping back from this front pack of the 6. He already is second behind, and holding back Krago, Chilmo, ISRL X there. And as the pack readies up, I'm hearing a bit of a commotion there from my left. I think there's been something has happened here in the castle section for the Mercedes, and we're going to get our first safety car as Fallen Monkeys has spun around there. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I just saw some yellow flags go up, and then we got there afterwards. Looking like maybe just the result of another incident ahead. And yeah, right away, not even half a lap, getting our first safety car. And is anybody going to take this opportunity to pit? I wonder. Of course, we're going to see here if there's any damaged front wings. I'm hearing some blame getting thrown towards Mushroom, saying Mushroom jinxed them, and it's all Mushroom's fault. Is that a front wing change here for Bempo? No, he's just going to go on the hards, and they're going to try to muscle those tires until the end. Craigo as well pitting. Scar Logan going for the front wing change, so that's one victim. D Mort's in the pit as well. I think he was involved in an incident, the one that spun fallen monkeys around and cost a safety car. Joe Dimas as well in the pits with both Mercedes struggling some setbacks, struggling and suffering from some setbacks very early on in this race, as both of them having to pit here on lap 1. Catastrophic getting involved in that incident as well, as he's fallen down into P16 and choosing to pit. And then coming out last here, brand new front wing though, fallen monkeys. And the pack is grouped up. That's what happens when you get an early safety car like this. The pack hasn't had time to spread out, so they're already all lined up behind the safety car, so we should hopefully be quite a short one. I think we're gonna get started again on lap 3 here, so just another lap under caution. And in the chat, if you're watching, let me know, would you have pit under that safety car? And if yeah, what strategy you would have gone on? Or even if you didn't go into pit, what's your how did this safety car, how would it have affected your strategy? Mushroom saying yep, but I'm not quite sure. What strategy he would have gone on? I'm assuming just the hardest till the end. If you're watching, as we got a moment of quiet here under safety car. If you check out the link in our description on this YouTube video or on any of our social media pages, you'll see that we have merch now, thanks to IMB Racewear. And go check it out. Super good quality. It's built very nicely. You got some cool designs. You can get your own custom driver number, or even the number of your favorite driver on there. And it's very cool. It's a good way to support the league, as we make a portion of profit on every item sold. And they're a great group of guys there over at IMB Racewear. So yeah, check out that link in the description if you want to get yourself some merch. And German saying safety car was flying. Safety car is well, I'm not quite sure which flying you're talking about there, but it's no slouch, I'll tell you that. Burt Mylander, or sorry, George Russell, doing a great job, as Chris said earlier. Burt on drugs, says Chair. Don't drive under the influence, man. Dutch people. Bad, you're a bad example. 63 comments on the live stream already, 20 people watching. Thank you everybody who's in the chat here. Oh, Mifako having a bit of a moment there. Going deep there under safety car. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's commented so far. Thank you to everybody who's liked the live stream, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere else. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to see some more racing. We have Baku all day today, and we got Tier 2 coming up after this. We got Tier 1 after that. But first, we got 23 laps to finish here on the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku street circuit here, or Baku City circuit rather. We're getting ready to get started again. Mivako backing up that field there as the safety car lights are out, and it's about to come back in, and there's a big gap here further down the pack. There's Hartman. Oh, what is going on here? I think guys not realizing that we hadn't gone. Hartman accelerating rather quickly to try to close up to the pack, and you can see just the chaos here between Billman and Hartman. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do there. Matt getting, yeah, well, you can get that appeal, that's not a problem. Cars weaving, cars getting ready to light the tires up. Mivako taking a sweet time. He doesn't want to give him a run into turn 1, and he's perfectly allowed to do this. He can control the pack right up to that line, and away he goes here, catching them sleeping, Mivako. There's some contact in the back there. I saw Catastrophic and Monkeys Oh, who is that? That's F1 Richie, who spun around there on cold tires. I think he's kept it out of the wall. What a save by F1 Richie. He's going to drop positions, but he's kept that Ferrari in one piece, and that's absolutely save of the season. He was completely sideways there coming out of turn one. Hartman Esports battling there, going 3 wide. Oh, that was never going to work there as he's forced to slow down and back up. There's a bunch of cars going deep as the tires are cold, the brakes are cold, and these guys not ready to give each other an inch as everybody having trouble keeping it on the racetrack. But Hartman, Joe Dimas battling as Hartman cutting Joe Dimas a little bit short there, not giving him any room on that racetrack, but keeping 10th place. Oh, and deep goes End of the World, and pushing Joe Dimas wide again. And Joe Dimas is getting muscled off this racetrack here. They're going to try to go side by side into the castle section, and that was never going to work. We talked about it during quali. Benbow Gaming coming across with some front wing damage, and you cannot go side by side through there. You can barely fit a single car, and that's some damage there for the Williams. He's gonna have to pit again, and right after a safety car. That has gotta hurt. In the front though, F1 Richie got himself back up into P4 after that half spin we saw on the restart, and almost P3 as he's got some fire behind him, and closing up on Bilton Matt, and gonna be getting past Bilton Matt down the straightaway here before the braking zone as Bilton Matt pits. He's gonna get off the soft tires. Maybe could have done that under safety car, but it is a pit stop regardless for the Williams, and now both Williams are gonna be in the pit here as Benbow is coming across for his pit stop as well. We saw him break that wing earlier in the lap. The AlphaTauris are looking pretty good up into P4 and P5. That's a good start for Stunek, who we saw him as far back as P16 there on the first lap, and already up into not only the points, but close enough that he could maybe contend for a podium later. So I'm sure he's quite happy with the way his race has started. Demort's looking like he's under pressure from one of the Ferraris there. I think that's Craigo, and right behind them ISRL X. But here on lap 5, as we've kind of gotten past the initial chaos here at the restart, it's Mivako from Azen, from F1 Richie, from Chilmo, from Stunek. Oh, and that's some front wing damage for Chilmo. I think he must have sustained that just now, because that wasn't there earlier. Oh, and we got a yellow flag, and that's Paul Mucky's having trouble again there in the castle section. Not sure what led to that, but we got a VSC going, and for the second time in this race, we're going to kind of neutralize the pack here under safety car. This one's just a virtual, so it should get back underway shortly. But Stunek, Demorts, and Craigo all looking like they're very feisty and getting ready to get back in the action there. Is Chilmo going to use this opportunity to pit, I wonder? Oh, Mivako is going to use this opportunity to pit, and our race leader's in the pits. And yeah, Chilmo is going to pit as well, but he's doing this under full green, going very gingerly into that pit lane, isn't he? Just slowing down right down to about 80. That's going to cost him a couple of seconds against his rivals. And once the Stunek pits, would not be surprised to see Chilmo come out behind that pack there. Mivako getting fed out right in front of Joe Dimas. And we see that Mercedes braking to avoid the Alfa Romeo. In P7, so he picked a nice little gap there to feed back out into, as he's not got anybody too close ahead of him. Mivako's able to set some good laps, and he's going to go on to the hard tires until the end. X making a move around the outside of the Stunek there into turn 4 and into turn 5 there. That's not going to be a challenge, as X getting that car up very quickly. And I think Stunek maybe has had a bit of an issue, as he's dropped back from Craigo, and he's dropped back from Demorts. After that long straight, of course, with the slipstream here, it's very easy to make some passes down the straight, but he's definitely lost a lot of time to the Renault and to the Ferrari. Now he's into the arms of End of the World. We got some comments here saying stupid move for a couple of times. So yeah, I think maybe talking about that attempt around the outside of the castle section, I'm not sure. Oh, but we got Scar Logan out, and that's gonna be another virtual safety car. And look at what happened here for Scar Logan. We're gonna go on board with Chill. Oh yeah, just right around the exit of I think that's turn 15. Yeah, turn 15 there. Hitting that wall, and that's going to be the end of his race. Just taking too much speed through there. It's taking a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Gotta be a bit more careful than that when you go in there. Mushroom saying save of the season. A round of applause from Mushroom's house. Yeah, that was excellent from F1. I wish we can see a replay of the onboard of that, because I have no idea how he kept that out of the wall. And because of that, he's kept it in a good position here. As he's P10, he's got a pit stop out of the way, and F1 Richie looking strong. Mivako back up into P5 now as he's working his way back up through the field after his initial pit stop. And the guys ahead might not have to pit. I think let's take a look here at our stops. Yeah, Aizen is stopped, so he's good till the end. Though Mivako reacting to Aizen, Aizen reacting to Mivako and making it work as he comes out ahead of him. Demort and Krago as well, not having to stop. Demort's on the hard tires and Krago on the medium, so Demort can maybe go to the end. Krago's gonna have to pit again, and Stunek on the hard tire, so he can go very deep into this race. So if there's another safety car, I think he's gonna be poised to make a pit stop here. And Stunek though looking good, and there's been a bit of a shakeup because of those strategies, and it looks like Mivako is a net 4th right now, so losing on that lead, and Aizen with that that overcut strategy, making that work brilliantly to get ahead of Mivako. We've got quite a race on our hands here. End of the world, getting by Chill Mo here with DRS down the straight. I mean, easy move for the Renault. That Insights graphic telling us the pit window is open. Of course, most of these guys have already pitted though. Benbo already on his 4th pit stop, as he's not having a good time at all here around the Azerbaijan street circuit. Ix as well on his 2nd pit stop. He's looking much better in P11 here. But his teammate is the one to watch, Mivako. See him challenging Aizen here as Stunek, Aizen, and Mivako having a bit of a scrap. Staying close to each other, but not costing each other too much time, as they're still pulling away from Joe Dimas behind them and closing up on Krago ever so slightly. Gonna get DRS down the straight here, and Stunek's gonna have to get a good exit out of this corner. He wants to keep Aizen behind him, and Mivako is gonna be looking to get past the 2 of them. As DRS very powerful down the straight. You get so much extra speed before you hit the DRS zone, and then it's just like a little extra boost at the end. It's so easy to close in those gaps if the guy in front of you is not defending with overtake. It looks like that's what Stunek is doing right now, as he stays ahead of Aizen for another lap, but we got another DRS zone coming right here, and Aizen trying to get close. Oh, bit of contact off the wall there from Stunek. That's going to slow him down, and he's going to pull over to that side. He's got some front wing damage now, and that's going to cost him, as I think that's Mivako getting by him as well. Stunek's saying, you know what, take this. I can't fight this right now. He does have a significant amount of wing damage, and I think opting to just stay ahead of Joe Dimas and the rest, and letting those 2 fight on ahead as Aizen moves up into P3 and starts to chase down Krago, who's only a 2nd up the road at this point. So Krago losing 9/10 here in this last lap to this pack of Aizen and Mivako. Mivako staying a good distance from Azen, about half a second behind. And that's going to come in very key here down the straight, because if you're a little bit too close here, you're not going to get as good of an exit down out of this turn 16. And then it's going to compromise kind of your run down this straight. And so you want to have a solid gap behind the car ahead as you go down the straight. And I think Mivako may be being a little bit too close, as he's lost 3/10 here to Azen, as DRS not coming to his rescue. Of course, he's going to let him stay in that DRS zone. He's going to get it down the next straight as well. But definitely costing him some time there on the exit of turn 16. And Mivako, is he going to be able to close it anymore here? No, staying in the DRS range, but just only. The Stunik diving into the pits to get that front wing change. He's going to go on the medium tires. There's a good chance those will last him until the end of the race. He's going to be coming out. Is he going to be coming out right behind? Yeah, right behind his teammates. So the two AlphaTauris have the opportunity to work together here to catch up to the guys ahead. And it's end of the world and ISRL X here, who are having a good old scrap. And they're side by side still, and into the corner. ISRL X is going to be the one who has to yield that position. And then the world doing a good job defending. ISRL X peeking down the inside and going to get a bad exit there as he gets some wheel spin. That's going to cost them in this particular battle, but it's not over yet, as the end of the world did not get that far up on the track. We've got some very tight sections here coming up that ISRL X can use to catch up. But he's going to have to be careful, because there's Chilmo right behind him, who, despite the front wing damage, has been doing quite well for himself. Keeping clean, maybe taking some corners just a tiny bit slower, but it hasn't affected him that much in the grand scheme of things, as he's keeping that AlphaTauri on the road and in contention here. Matt getting easily past the deck there. That's a very daring attempt early on in this flat out section. And the deck is now going to get another chance, because that move was so soon. I think the deck is the one who's going to use DRS here. And I think, it's changed me battles here, but this is, yeah, the deck clearing Built and Matt quite easily. And I think Built and Matt, what's happened to Built and Matt? I think he's pit here, and he's retired from the session. What's happened to Built and Matt? I think he's he's crashed coming into the pits, and he's retired from the session. That's another car down here. We've got another VSC. And now only one car hasn't pitted, and that's the deck. He's up into P6. As we go under VSC, I'm just going to quickly excuse myself and do a refill on my water bottle. And enjoy the wonderful sights and sounds of the virtual safety car. Back to green there. Catastrophic getting himself up into quite a handy position here. So we're going to take a look at our position changes. And up P, 12 positions here. Not as much as our leader, Demorth, or, well, it's more positions, but he's not high quite as far as Demorth. Just got himself up 10 into P1. And, but the deck as well, right behind them. Looking very solid, up 8 positions since the start. F1 Richie has lost a few, but I believe he's on those tires until the end. And Stunik getting past ISRL X. So ISRL X struggling a little bit here. We're seeing it get passed by quite a few people. Oh, side by side into that corner, and they're keeping it clean. They're still well side by side. These two are putting on a great little scrap. Oh, and there you go. ISRL Esports going very deep there, making heavy contact with that wall, and that's going to be a lot of front wing damage for the Alfa Romeo. That's going to be another pit stop for sure, as he's going to have a lot of trouble turning into those corners. Chomo right behind though, looking to get past him without losing too much time himself. Of course, Chomo getting some front wing damage as well, but doing a better job there, I think, at managing that. Of course, it's not as severe as I think you should be able to get a chance. Maybe here, no, it's a little bit too tight to try to pull a move through turns 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11 if you want to count the castle section here. He's going to have to keep it for the next straightaway, taking his time here through the castle section, so maybe struggling a little bit more than he lets on, Chilmo, with that front wing damage. F1 Richie getting very close to the deck, who's gotten a little bit loose. We saw him squirming around coming out of turn 16, and that's let F1 Racing catch up quite close to the Alpha, or not the Alpha, sorry, for the racing point, and down the straightaway is going to be an easy pass with DRS. It's well ahead into the braking zone, and that's position done here for F1 Richie, but the deck's going to get a DRS overtaking opportunity into the next straight, but he's got to get a good exit here. And I think with the traction difference between the medium tires of F1 Richie and the hard tires of the deck, that's not going to make a difference, as we see him just cruising off in the distance there. The Stunik staying close to end of the world. They're 10 seconds back from the deck, but they're only 3/10 between each other, and not able to make a move here, as there's a big lockup from end of the world, who's no doubt struggling on those hard tires just a little bit there, as we see another lockup. Doing a good job keeping it out of the wall despite that. Chomo are going to want to be working together. But Chomo a little bit of ways down the racetrack there, as he's lost some time battling X. Oh, in the front there, that's Craigo and Mivako that are battling. And Mivako getting past Craigo now, trying to go after Demorth in the front, but Craigo has Asen now for company. We're seeing a little bit of a scrap form up in these front runners, as yeah, Demorth, who's on those hard tires, has been on those hard tires for 11 laps. So a little bit older than Mivako's tires. Craigo on 11 lap old mediums, so he's gonna have to pit again. Is in 6 lap old hard tires, so definitely the one who's in the best of situations here. Joe Dimas going very deep in turn 1 as he kept that car under control. It looks like there's no damage there, so just missing his braking point and having to correct himself in the runoff as he gets back underway. DRS not enough for Asen here to catch up to Craigo 82, as he's getting close, but not close enough. He's going to get another chance here coming up after turn 2, but he's going to need a good exit here, getting big on the curve. He's got a rear end step out, and I think that's going to do it for him. not going to be able to catch up this time. You really got to get the power down just perfectly to be able to attempt a move down the straight. It is a little bit shorter than it lets on, and there's not a whole lot of time to plan and actually execute your move. So it seems like it's the case again here for Asen. Stunik still close to end of the world. They both dropped back a little bit further down the pack. We saw these guys fighting in the top 5 earlier. And as the pit stops have come and gone, they've just found themselves dropping down the field and looking to reverse their fortunes here. And Stunik maybe just able to go to the end of this race on those medium tires. But he's going to have to nurse them to the end, I think. So not pushing as hard as he could just yet. Maybe waiting to see what a little bit of what happens ahead of him before he commits. But Azen close yet again to Krago82, just 2 tenths behind him. He's all over the rear diffuser here, and I think down this straight is going to be game over as he's able to stick very close there, despite the dirty air, despite being that near the rear of the Ferrari. Azen just no match for Krago, just superior grip, superior pace, and down the inside on the left he goes down the straightaway, and before the start finish line it's going to be Azen P3. F1 Richie diving in the pits. I was not expecting that. Definitely thought F1 Richie was going to be able to go until the end. Is that going to be a front wing change? No, it's not. So just not happy with the mediums. He's going to put another set of mediums on and back out on pits on the, onto the track. So we might be seeing more pit stops than originally anticipated here. And it's possible that guys like Studik are going to have to pit again. But F1 Richie now good to go until the end of the race. Coming out right in front of Chilmo. We see him defending heavily there as he dives back in. No matter what he's doing, I think not able to get past. And oh, actually, he's going to be able to get past now. Center of the world, heavily into the castle wall there, and that's going to be no front wing for him. He's just gone super deep, and we got a safety car. End of the world bringing out the safety car here with 16 laps to go. And that debris is saved him in a sense. He gets the pit, but we're going to see a chain of pit stops here, and Demorth is going to be in the pits, Mivako in the pits, Azen in the pits, Krago82 in the pits. This is perfect for Krago, who had not pit in a very long time. The deck is surely going to pit, who has not pit yet. This has worked out perfectly for him. Chilmo picking up a speeding of the pit lane penalty, and you don't want to see that, as not only is he going to double stack with his Stunik, he's going to lose some time. He gets a penalty, and he's going to have to change his wing, and that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a long pit stop here for AlphaTauri. He was standing still there for a significant amount of time. And after the pit stops, it's looking like Demorth is going to hold on to his lead. Mivako in P2, Azen P3, Krago and F1 Richie, the two Ferraris, getting themselves up into a solid place in P4 and P5. A catastrophic, and the deck continuing their string of solid races after not qualifying in P6 and P8. That's a student in between them in P7. Gio Dimas, P9, which is surprising. We've seen them have a few moments here. We saw him go very deep in turn 1 as well, and we saw him damage his front wing, still managing to keep that car in P9. End of the world, recovering to P10 after that big accident that's brought out the safety car. And Hartman, P11, Chilmo, P12. ISRL X maybe not having the race he wanted in P13, and then Bembo Gaming in P14 after a 5th pit stop. I think that one was just for tires, but struggling early on here with some wing damage, and of course pitting under the first safety car as well. Full Monkey's in last year now, P15, but he's on the lead lap. So he's going to be able to catch up to the back of the queue here and make moves for positioning, or for positions rather. And lap 18 out of 26, so we got 8 laps to go. And about at least another one, I think, under safety car. Well, for sure another one. Maybe 2, hopefully not. Before you get that back going again. Grabbing a quick refreshing drink here, as I feel like the last couple of laps are going to be crazy and chaotic. And Bembo stopping a 6th time for softs. Those will last him to the end. That's not a bad idea. Up their tires here. This is where we saw Khrushchev was under safety car back in 2017. Hopefully nobody doing such a thing today, but this pack getting closed up like this right before the end of the race is just going to bring absolute chaos, and I do feel bad for the stewards. You're going to have to look back at this incident, at these races this coming week, because I am one of those stewards, and it's going to be quite a fun week, I think. Normally do our stewarding in a single day. I rather get the feeling that Baku is going to give us a week of stewarding to do. Another lap under safety car here. This should be the last. We're going to get started on lap 20 out of 26. So 6 full green flag laps here at the end. And should be, or 7 full, technically. You got to include lap 26. And it's going to be a great end to this race. After the race is done, though, in 54 minutes exactly, about an hour is tier 2, and then in 3 hours it's tier 1 out around the Azerbaijan capital track here on the beautiful Baku. It really is a wonderful city here. Some very nice historic buildings, a mix of modern skyscrapers, and does have that usual European charm. Yeah, all in all here, it's been an exciting race so far. Unfortunately, I don't have a co-commentator with me, but hopefully I've filled in the silences enough there. It is always a little bit tougher to commentate a solo. should be the last lap under safety car here as the field has been bunched up. The deck, only man right now on a one-stop strategy. Which is quite interesting. Looking at our position changes, Catastrophic up 11, D-Mort still up 10, and he's looking very, very good for a podium today. Safety car in this lap, we just got the notification, and as we can see here, it seems like unless you're Asian, you either gain big or you lost big, as there's been a big change-up in the qualifying order, and D-Mort now is going to be controlling the grid here, and we have, if we look at our tire graphs, a lot of mediums and softs, so I think tire temperature is not going to be too much of an issue here. D-Mort's getting slowed down by the game there. Hopefully that doesn't cause any carnage in the back. And off he goes here on the softs. Vivaco on the medium, so D-Mort's is going to have some extra pace here in the opening laps, but Vivaco going to be the man to beat here later on in this race. We have a yellow flag in the back. I don't see anything too bad here. Must have just been some debris, something or another. Azen getting a good start, but already dropping a little bit further back from Vivaco and D-Mort, and he's got to be careful because he's got F1 Richie and Prego right behind him. Catastrophic. He's got a Stunik for company, and all of these guys here, look at how close the Stunik is to Catastrophic. Not willing to give up an inch here. And he's not going to have a chance to make it into the castle here. He's got to be a little bit patient, but everybody getting through okay. This is where the overtakes are going to start happening. This pack is so bunched up. Down the main straight, they're going to get DRS, and they're going to come up next to each other. They're going to pull out to the open air. They're going to stall out. And we're going to be seeing some 2 wides, maybe even 3 wides into the braking zone at turn 1. As we're heading around at turn 16, the penultimate, final real corner. Got a little bit of a swooping left right here. That's what reminds me of this chicane in Australia. And down to the start finish line. We're already side by side in the back. The student getting closer and closer and closer. And he's going to pull out to the right here, trying to go around the outside of Catastrophic. Side by side into the braking zone. Got to give each other room. And around the outside goes the student. That's a wonderful move. And now the deck is going to be looking primed to steal from his teammate. I don't think they got Team Mortars down at Racing Point, and the deck is going to be trying. No DRS yet. Don't forget, we just came back from safety car. We're going to get DRS for the last 3 laps of the race. Deck not able to get close enough to his teammate to get past him despite the soft tires. And Astudix, I think he's going to be able to hold on to this position now as we head into the tight, narrow section of the track. And through the castle section from here on out until the end of the castle section. Oh, actually, I was going to say you can't really overtake. End of the World doesn't think so, as he overtakes, and then behind them we saw that Joe Dimas having a bit of an incident, spinning around there off that curb. And End of the World, that's a great overtake, muscling his way through into P8 past the Deck 91. And Joe Dimas, I think he's going to get that Mercedes back facing the right way. That's a bad place to crash here late in the race, as you've dropped a ton of positions. He's now in P15. And End of the World is just flying out there. He's already closed up to Catastrophic, and he's no, Benbow's out, as Benbow having a bit of an incident there towards the back of the pack, and it doesn't look like it's gonna, neither are gonna bring out safety cars, but this is promoting some guys who were further back down the grid to some really good positions here for the points. And End of the World is going to be trying it around the inside. So it's Catastrophic 2 positions in the last 2 straightaways that he's going to lose into turn 1. Just missing some speed here. Oh, the deck is going to get disqualified for ignoring his drive-through. And that's another car down. And we're going to have 12 cars here. Not sure what happened there, but the deck, is not serving that drive-through. He's going to get disqualified out of P9. Bembo, I think you crashed in turn 15. It looks like your car hit that wall. To the world, doing a good job catching up to a student there as we're riding on board with them. Like that battle has quite mellowed out. In the front though, Azen's going to be defending from F1 Richie for that final podium spot. Uh-oh, end of the world though after that good run up the field. He's going to lose it coming out of the castle section. That's wing damage. Oh, he's going to lose it again. Trying to get back going. Too eager on the gas. And that's going to be some big damage for end of the world. That's going to promote some more guys up into some good point paying positions. End of the world is retired from the session. Yeah, that's a disappointing end to his race. He was running so well just recently. Heard Fallen Monkey's getting a bit of a scare there as he drove by End of the World's car. I think he's parked rather precariously on this racetrack. Yeah, I think Bembo, you disconnected mid-corner, and like the fact that the AI took over, I think it sent you into the wall because you were, yeah, you were just crashed out on the exit of turn 16 or turn 15. 6 cars down, 11 cars left. This has been quite a punishing Grand Prix, as is tradition here around the streets of Azerbaijan. But still, the battling is not over. As Hartman pits, is going to put Fallen Monkeys into P10. He's not too far off from. Actually, yeah, I think he's a little bit further off from Ix than I thought. I was misreading that graph there. But still, P10. That's some good points for the Mercedes team after Joe Dima has DNF'd earlier this session. F1 Richie falling out of the DRS range of Azen briefly. He's got himself back in. Jiren Visser saying Azen GOAT. Azen's in P3. The GOAT right now is my man D-Morse out in front. And he's holding Mivako out of range too. Not close enough for F1 Richie, who's struggling to keep up with the McLaren here. Mivako, though, he's not got long. He's got to set up an overtake. He's 1.2 seconds out. Let's turn on telemetry here so that we can see how hard these guys are pushing. And D-Mort's down to 8% battery. Mivako, 13% battery. So they're both pushing extremely hard. And D-Mort is just out in front, holding on. And this is going to be the part where I think Mivako is going to start having the upper hand here, as those soft tires for D-Mort's are going to start wearing off. And through these last laps of the race, I think Mivako is going to have such an advantage in grip. But it hasn't started yet because that gap has not gone down in almost 3 laps. It's been a 1.2, 1.3, almost since the safety car restarted. And Mivako, he's pushing so hard, but he's not able to close up to that gap to D-Mort's, who's driven an excellent race today. Got himself out in front super quick. And he's held on to that lead since the first safety car restart. And yeah, D-Mort's just absolutely driving the race of his life currently. Lap 24 out of 26 is coming around here to finish lap 24. So it's going to be 2 laps to go. 25 and then 26. And Mivako is still 1.2 seconds behind the Renault, who's looking poised to take another win, another podium here for the French team, and in a race where his teammate DNF'd at some solid points, in the Constructors' Championship. Oh, a bit further back, Chilmo and Catastrophic going at it. side by side down the straight. We got to tune into this one as Shilmo just outbreaking Catastrophic. Oh, getting a little bit loose. That's going to give Catastrophic a chance to catch up as Shilmo defends that one rather aggressively. And Nazi's going to run out probably of overtake here down the straight. Catastrophic's going to get another chance. And while we're looking at that, right ahead of them, F1 Richie's gotten super close to Azen. And just like that, in the last 2 laps, all of these gaps are starting to come down. Mivako breaking into almost a second behind Demorts, who's only got another lap and a half to hold on to. F1 Richie catching up to Azen, who has the same distance to go, and with almost no time left on the clock here, we're seeing these battles sprout up as the strategies come together. And Demorts, those soft tires are really starting to wear off out in front. Mivako getting close, but right behind them, yeah, Azen and F1 Richie. F1 Richie, who needs these points to get back up in the championship, and maybe he closed that gap to Mivako. It's almost out of reach, but he's got to do what he can. And these past couple of races have been tough for him. Mivako catching up to, or sorry, not catching up, but rather getting ahead of Demorts, who is going to try to go back at him down the inside. No, he's not, but Mivako giving him a lot of room there, being very respectful, and that's going to let Demorts catch up on the exit. And again, slowing down, tucking behind the Alfa Romeo, and down the straight here, he's going to get DRS. That DRS made the pass very, very easy here, and almost no battery though. Demorts, I don't think he's going to be able to hold on there as Mivako takes the lead here with on the final lap of the race. F1 Richie and Azen as well. That hasn't changed as Azen's doing an excellent job defending 3rd place. And oh, the deck is disconnected, but he's disqualified earlier, so that's not too big of a worry here. But Mivako, yeah, look at that, he's already going ahead. So maybe the softs, the wrong choice for Demorts here, as he was able to build that lead very early on, and then he's lost it further back in these last couple of laps, and falling rather quickly here as he's run out of gas, he's run out of VRS. The only thing that can save him at this point are the penalties, and we'll see if Mivako, who's known for keeping it clean, picks up any of those here as he's coming around turn 16. And for the last time in Tier 3 in Baku, he's going to be heading down towards the line. He's got to keep it clean through these corners, don't hit that wall, and he does so, and that's going to be an easy victory here. Oh, he's actually building a bit of a gap here to Demorts. Can he keep it out of the 3 seconds range? He's swerving along. He's quite happy with that race. And coming across the line, Mivako's going to win. Demorts going to come home in 2nd. Azen in 3rd. F1 Richie right behind him in 4th. Driven amazing races out in the front. Craigo in P5 for Ferrari. His student P6. He's going to be happy with that result after starting near the back. Chill Mo coming across the line in 7th. And Catastrophic. Oh, we got a cool helicopter shot. Where was that all race? Coming across the line in 8th, and that's ISRL X right behind him, who's going to take a post-race penalty. Fallen Monkeys as well coming home in 10th to round out the top 10, and then we got Hartman right behind them. But it's your podium, Mivako from Demorts from Azen. So a bit of a familiar faces at the top. The 2 Ferraris driving an amazing race, finishing 4th and 5th there. That should help them in their constructors battle. But it's Mivako with another win, and he won last week on track, lost it to penalties as Azen appealed some of one of the ones he got and had it removed, and he's won on track again this week, and he's made this one stick as 1st place. Mivako 3118 for Alfa Romeo. And I'm just gonna excuse me as the stream briefly cuts here as I invite these guys to the party. Don't forget, we're back in just a little bit over, under 40 minutes, over half an hour at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Tier 2. And while you're here, don't forget, if you haven't liked the stream already, to do so. Subscribe to the channel, like all of our social media pages, and check out our merch on sale in the description, thanks to IMB Racewear. Thank you guys for watching, though. And yeah, we got some of our podium sitters in the party. So, Mivako, let's start with you. That was a very solid race, taking the lead there on the last lap, or right before the last lap. How did that race go for you?
Well, the start was pretty okay. Didn't happen much, but first safety car came and I decided to not pit because my soft tires were only 30%, 40%, so I gambled to stretch them a little bit longer. Then my first pit stop, I saw the virtual safety car. I pitted, the virtual safety car ended. I drove my first lap, and then there was another virtual safety car, and Azen think 5 seconds that he get under safety car, and he returned on the track right in front of me, so just keep it cool and steady. And on the last lap, I knew Dimor's tires were gone. My tires around round 5 were like 60%, so I know his tires were dead, so I just keep behind them. And then the last lap I used all my fuel and my ERS.
Yeah, it's worked out for you quite well. You pick up another win there. Technically the third on-track win in 3 weeks. Second official win in 3 weeks. And that's solidified your lead at the top of the standings. You're now, I think, just a race or two away from clinching. So how do you just keep your head down and make sure you close it out in these final races?
Wow, my obvious, I want to win every race. That's like my main do. How much points I have, it doesn't matter. I just want to keep winning and be on the podium.
Yeah, and yeah, you've done a good job at that this season. Great race today. Congratulations on the win, and yeah, thank you for coming to the interview. We're gonna move on to let's do D-Morts. D-Morts, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good race today. Tell me, just tell me about your race.
Well, to start with, I took the gamble to go onto the hard tyres. I wasn't sure if they'd make it to the end or not, but I thought it was worth the risk. And then I could, hopefully on a later safety car, could pit then for different tyres. And that stint went really well. I moved my way up the grid quite nicely. And then just at the end there, yeah, just the soft tyres. Although they're only on, 58% wear, it was just too much for them.
Yeah, opting to go for the softs there at the end, it looked like it was going to pay off for you. But then Mivako slowly starting to creep up in your mirrors. How did you feel out there seeing that Alfa Romeo get closer to you lap after lap?
I was maintaining my fuel and maintaining my overtake, and I was trying, to just keep him, 1 second away the whole time. And then the last lap, I'd have, I had plenty of fuel to go, and I had, plenty of fuel, enough fuel, and I had enough, enough fuel and enough overtake to hopefully keep that position. But I just clipped the wall going down the straight, and that was enough to let him pass on the straight. Tiny mistake, but. Yeah.
Still a solid podium for you in a race where your teammate DNF'd, which gives you some good points in the Constructors' Championship. And as we're coming to the end of this season, I think you probably have some good opportunities for more podiums, for more wins. Do you predict any upcoming races where you're going to be a little bit stronger, or you're aiming to get that top step on the podium?
No, I'm always one track at a time. I can't. I've not had much practice, so I take 1 week at a time. And yeah, this week's been kind of tough. I was only hoping for top 6. I'd be happy with. So I'm chuffed to bits with second.
Yeah, it was a good race. Congratulations on the podium and the Hall of Points. And best of luck between now and the rest of the season.
Thanks very much.
Aizen, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, solid race for you, keeping F1 Richie at bay for those closing laps, as he was putting a lot of pressure on you. And how did, in your words, how would you describe your race?
Race was nice. I got in front of F1 Richie, B2, I believe in turn 2, when he went a little bit wide. And then I just nicely kept up behind Vaco. There was a little bit of a gap forming. Then I got pretty lucky with the virtual safety cars, because I just came out onto the start-finish straight when the virtual safety car came out, so I came in, and as I was going out it ended, which actually got me ahead of Mivako. I couldn't keep up with Mivako, he was faster than me, so dropped down, and towards the end it was just about keeping the gap to F1 Richie.
You did
Luckily the ERS.
Go ahead.
Yeah, luckily the ERS really recharges nicely through the second sector mainly, through the slow part, so I could just use up the ERS on the ERS straights. Use a lot of fuel.
Yeah, you were very close to Mivako and Demorts on that safety car restart. Is there anything you could have done differently to maybe challenge for that win today?
I don't think so. I don't think I was fast enough to go for the win, especially with the D-mods being on the soft. Which I kind of regretted I didn't make that call as well, but I was trying to play it a little bit safe with the mediums. So I don't think I could have really done much better than this.
Well, you did a very good job out on track, I'll tell you that much. Coming home for yet another podium, and that's going to help you in the standings as well. Where are you up to now? You must be, I think you're going to be either tied or very, very close to F1 Richie, who stayed behind you for those closing laps. What do you have to do in these last couple of races to clinch out P2 in the championship?
Practice quite a lot, because there's some tracks I have a little bit of problems with, namely Bahrain and Japan. I had to practice for those quite a bit. But yeah.
Excited for the last bit of the season?
Yeah, for sure.
It should be fun. Thank you to everybody for the interviews. Congratulations on your races again and the podiums. And thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream. Like I said before, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on social media. Check out our merch in the description, and we'll see you back here in half an hour for the Tier 2 race. Same track, same channel, and see you soon.